So what is your full name and where are you originally from?
My full name is Patricia Lira Figueiredo, and I'm from Rio, Brazil.
When did you come to the United States?
It was in 2008 to play for junior college, Missouri State University.
Okay. So on the topic of education, is school organized differently over in Belize? Because like here we've got like pre-kindergarten, then kindergarten, then we've got like our high school and grade school. Is it kind of the same or is it?
Yeah, it's kind of the same. So when you finish high school, it is the same thing, because when we finish high school, that's when when I finished, I was at the point where I could transfer to a junior college here. So it's the same, it's equivalent.
Okay, gotcha. And it's not like called anything different than what we call it here, like grades?
No,
or whatever.
no. Of course, we translate it to Portuguese, but it's the same, it's equivalent.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so are most of the students very college oriented? Is that a big thing over there like it is here? Everybody's like, oh, going to college after high school, or is that very common?
It is, but education is a problem in Brazil right now, because the public education is supposed to be better than the private one. And at the public school, you don't pay to go to school like here. But right now, because of a lot of problems that Brazil is going through right now, it's not like everyone has the same opportunity. So a lot of people decided to not go to school and work, because the poverty level is really high in Brazil, and the structure of the schools, like a lot of times they don't have money to buy for the minimum stuff that they need at school.
Yeah.
So everyone wants to have an education, everyone wants to have the same opportunity to go to school, but it's not the case every time. Like if you have money, you're gonna have more chance to go. Then it was supposed to be the same thing, that's why we have the public education, but then now the professors are not getting paid a lot of times, or they don't get paid what they deserve to get paid. So the schools, sometimes they don't have water, they don't have the basic stuff to have the students studying. So it's a big thing right now in Brazil, but everyone wants to get education and go to good school. That's why a lot of players, they want to come to the States and have an education here like I did.
Seems like a difficult route,
Yeah.
for sure. So are there a lot of colleges where you came from, and like locally? Were there options that you were?
Yeah, there are a lot of options.
Just the fact that you could come to the States and get your education that way just seemed like a better.
Yeah, and to learn the language and to be more, I guess if you go to another country and you get your degree and you learn another language, when you go back, that was my first thought when I went back to Brazil, when I finished school, to go back to Brazil and be better placed in the job market.
Yeah.
But then I ended up staying here. But it was
Liked it too much.
Yeah, it was the best thing that I did.
So you said that some people just start working right away instead of when they don't have enough money. What's like the typical age for like a kid, I guess, to start working over there?
The legal age is 18, but like if they're from a poor family, a lot of times they have those like they work on the streets, and you see like
Vendors.
like the little kids and their families working on the streets and selling anything on trains and buses, and it's informal. They call it informal job, but they don't have any. They do what they can to make some money.
So like for family structure, is it more common for like grandparents and distant relatives to live in like under one roof, or is it just kind of the central family, like your parents and the children, or how does that usually look?
Usually you leave with the family as much as you can, as long as you can, because it's expensive.
Yeah.
So I saw something saying that the average for people to get out of their houses is like about 30 years old or 35 years old, because it's really expensive.
Wow.
Yeah. So usually, like, if it's more like the parents, the grandparents, and the kid until they get married. So yeah.
Wow.
You?
Let's see. About food, what are like some of the biggest differences concerning food, like your lifestyle over there and that way?
I feel like in Brazil we don't eat as much as fast food. And we eat more rice and beans and meat and salad. Like, and we don't eat a lot of sandwich for a meal like here. It's very normal.
Yeah, we eat that a lot.
Yeah. It's more like a sandwich is more like a snack in the middle of the day, but not a meal. Not like for dinner or lunch.
Okay. Well, one last question. What was like your biggest obstacle transitioning from Brazil to the United States when you first came?
Everything. The language, the culture, the food.
Yeah.
I mean, I was lost because I feel like the language was the biggest thing, because I couldn't communicate. You know, I went to class and didn't know what was going on, and so I think that was the biggest thing, and being away from my family and friends, and I mean, knowing that I would see them again in, I don't know, 6-7 months. So
That's a long time.
yeah, so it was a hard transition, but it was good. It was good to learn and grow.
How did you overcome something like that? Was there anybody in specific that could help you, like your family or people at the school?
Yeah, so the school that I went to, Missouri, West Plains, I had a lot of people that supported me. I almost quit because it was really hard to be away from my family. So I had a lot of people that would just like, there were some like old ladies that were helping us, because we had a lot of international players on the team, so they would be tutors and help us with papers and everything. And I got really close to a few of them, and one of them specific, she tried to help every way she could, and she tried to, you know, stay with me, and we would hang out together and go to church, and you know, so I feel like the coaches and the players, they were like a big family, and I still have a special feeling for them. And my family, like, they never let me give up, you know, even though it was hard. Every time I would, like the first 2 weeks, I cried every single day saying that I was gonna go back to Brazil. And I remember my dad is saying, no, you're gonna stay there and you're gonna be so proud of you, and my mom. So I feel like the support that I had was from my family and friends, and the school was